Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Cowboys Trevon Diggs makes request to Matt Eberflus after punishment. The Dallas Cowboys are turning the page after a tie against the Green Bay Packers last Sunday night. In a contest with many emotions, star defensive back Trevon Diggs did not start against his former teammate, Micah Parsons, and the Packers. Nobody saw the result coming, but the game was very good. The reason for the benching was due to off-field issues, according to NBC. The same article from NBC shows Diggs making a request to defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus as he returns to the starting lineup against the New York Jets on Sunday. "Rough week," Diggs said Wednesday, via Hill. "I guess coach is holding me accountable. It's cool. Back on track this week, ready to work." The request Diggs is making to the defensive coordinator is to play more man-to-man, where he excels. "It's surprising," Diggs said. "It's not like we don't have talent. We got to be in position. And I feel like once again positioned to do it, but it's just all about being in position to make the plays." While he insisted he is not pointing fingers, Diggs said he thinks the adjustment to Eberflus' zone is at least somewhat to blame. The Cowboys are on their third defense in 3 years, after Dan Quinn departed to coach the Commanders and after Mike Zimmer's short-lived and ill-received stint that followed. The team is not accustomed to playing zone at the level Eberflus is asking. "I have to be comfortable being uncomfortable," Diggs said. "It's not about what I want." Eberflus responded to Diggs' request. "I value his opinion and it's important that you do that as a coach, but we're growing as a group." The Cowboys will be facing a run-heavy offense against the Jets on Sunday. However, receiver Garrett Wilson is a star with his former college quarterback, Justin Fields. A win for the Cowboys would be a great momentum booster for this team as they head into a stretch of winnable games. Diggs' teammate Malik Hooker could miss multiple weeks with a toe injury that he suffered against the Packers, according to head coach Brian Schottenheimer. That is a tough blow to the secondary. He, Diggs, Darren Bland, Kaiir Elam, and Donovan Wilson form an elite unit. The hope is that the Cowboys' corners will adjust to the zone, sooner rather than later. Cowboys open 21-day window for 2 players from injured reserve. The Dallas Cowboys made an important roster move this week by activating the 21-day practice window for wide receiver Jonathan Mingo and cornerback Kalen Carson. Both players have been sidelined on injured reserve, and now the team has 3 weeks to evaluate their readiness before making a decision on their return. With key injuries piling up on both sides of the ball, their potential availability could prove crucial as the Cowboys look to maintain momentum in the heart of the season. When a team opens the 21-day practice window for a player on injured reserve, it essentially gives the player a trial period to prove he is physically ready for NFL action. During this span, the player can participate fully in practice without counting against the 53-man roster. However, there is a deadline attached. If the Cowboys decide not to elevate Mingo or Carson to the active roster within the 21 days, each would be required to remain on injured reserve for the rest of the season. It's a critical evaluation period, balancing medical clearance with team needs. The Cowboys' offense has been firing on all cylinders this year, currently ranking number 1 in the NFL. Dak Prescott has spread the ball effectively, running back Javonte Williams has powered the ground game, and wide receiver George Pickens has emerged as a reliable weapon alongside CeeDee Lamb. That success has softened the absence of Mingo, who was expected to contribute as a physical target and depth option at receiver. Still, his return could be timely. Lamb is nursing an ankle injury, and while he continues to play, the team will want to avoid overworking him. Meanwhile, Cavante Turpin is dealing with a foot issue, the severity of which remains unclear. If Turpin is forced to miss time or if Lamb's ankle worsens, Mingo's activation could provide much-needed insurance. A fresh body at receiver could keep the Cowboys' passing attack balanced and potent down the stretch. The defensive side of the ball tells a different story. The Cowboys' secondary has been stretched thin by injuries, and the addition of Carson to practice is welcome news. Trevon Diggs and Darren Bland are both playing through ailments, and though they've remained in the lineup, their health is not at 100%. Safety Malik Hooker was banged up against Green Bay, leaving the unit even more vulnerable against high-powered passing offenses. Carson, a young and athletic cornerback, could bring valuable depth and fresh legs to a defense that has struggled to stay consistent. Top NFL superstar could request trade as rumors swirl once again. With the Las Vegas Raiders sitting at 1-3, top NFL star pass rusher Max Crosby could request a trade this 2025 campaign. Crosby has been a part of several trade rumors this past offseason before signing a monster extension to stay with the Raiders. However, there is speculation surrounding some teams that they could target Crosby in a possible trade scenario, but it's all from an unofficial source, so it's nothing to be taken seriously. Despite that, this doesn't rule out the idea of Crosby wanting a trade sometime in the future, and it could come as early as this season if frustrations mount with the Raiders. Originally selected in the 4th round of the 2019 NFL Draft, the former Eastern Michigan product is better off joining a contender. It's easy to see why the Cowboys could be interested in the former two-time All-Pro, as Jerry Jones has the extra first-round pick since trading Micah Parsons. Dallas has one of the worst defenses in the league, sitting at dead last statistically, but the good news is that Jones is open for business this year. It will have to take a special player for the Cowboys to be open to trading their extra first-rounders, and it could end up being Crosby that joins Dallas in that scenario. Either way, it shouldn't be surprising if multiple teams contact the Raiders at some point during the season to strengthen their defense. For Dallas, the appeal is obvious. Since trading away Micah Parsons, the Cowboys have been noticeably vulnerable off the edge. Their defense has struggled mightily. Through just a few weeks, Dallas ranks among the league's worst units. In fact, in 2025 their defense sits at 32nd in league ranking in total defense. Their pass coverage has been particularly exposed. To fix those cracks, Dallas would have to offer something big. The Cowboys still hold extra first-round picks thanks to the Micah Parsons deal, giving them ammunition in trade markets. Some insiders argue only a special kind of player would justify dangling those premium selections, and Crosby fits that bill.